So, we will head down into the depths and hopefully avoid random battles, because we did it correctly. Which it seems like we have. Because I'm telling you folks, every step of this is a fight against the strongest things in the game. And it's just not cool, man. It's not fun. I don't think this is one of the most interesting looking optional areas in a Final Fantasy, though. I think it's really fascinating, and I would like them to have a little bit more story. You know, some real mysteries happening. That'd be cool. But I suppose we should be grateful they were there at all, because you don't see optional areas in many other game titles. Like RPGs were pioneers of it for a long time. The only games that really give you the content that wasn't on the main path. But this is the save point you need that ability for, folks. This one here. So what we're going to do, before we raise good old big old bastard, we're going to go into configuration and we're going to slow the battle speed down. Because it's going to help. Then we're going to go into the magics of Quistis. And we're going to manually rearrange it. See what she's got. I think that's okay. To my knowledge, I think that's fine. And then we're going to go to this guy, manually rearrange. Is there anything that he might need? I don't know. Let's put life on the first one, just in case, because I'm a little bit low on my Phoenix Downs. No. Manual. Haste could be useful. So I'll put that at the front. Aura could also be useful just in case. Just in case shit really hits the fan. I think that should be okay. Has she got haste? Any hastes? Excuse me. No. See if I can give them some haste. Just to try and give us the benefit over this guy. I have no hastes. That's kind of shitty. Can we do any cards? Excuse me, hopefully you didn't catch that. Right. Squall's already got 40 Ultimas, so he's pretty close to the good stuff. So close to having max holy. You'll notice the music's all quiet down here as well. It's intentional to... Ooh. What is holy better than? Because that's the real question, I Look at Meteor there. Meteor at 45 is almost as good as Maximum Flare. That's how just crazy good that spell is. So Holy looks like it's good on HP. Seems to be its... what it's decent at. So... we'll take that off. Speed could be good. Vitality could be good as well. Let's go Vitality. We'll swap that after we've saved to something useful. And I think I'm going to go in with full life because we're going to try and milk him as best as we can. It is a dangerous thing, but it needs to be done. Still learning stupid, pointless things. Just to frustrate me. Like she can't learn out, really. This guy is having a laugh. So auto potion's pretty good because you can exploit it. For instance, you can sell every potion you've got except for X potions. So every time somebody hits you and it triggers the auto potion feature, you will throw yourself a full heal. It's kind of free healing and makes you unkillable in a lot of situations, which is quite cool. I think. High Magic Refine. I should have had that a long time ago. He's already learning Auto Protect. Still haven't learnt Luck Junction just yet, so that's the GFs in a decent enough position. There you go, she doesn't have Curaga. So, we're all at full life. I'm going to save and I'm going to swap Quistis' ability. And I'm going to fight. And I think this is going to be okay. Because I was anxious when I fought him the first time at this low level. And it proved to be quite simple. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. But this is a recording. And whenever I record anything, the worst possible things happen. Resuming operation. They invested so much in this facility, there must be something here. Can't wait to see what happens. I hope it's not a giant monster with a huge sword reminiscent of the one from Final Fantasy VII. Makes me wonder what this monster is, man. Supremely powerful creation. And it also makes me wonder, was it buried under here? Or was it sank? Because there's a difference between them unearthing something and not being sure what they're unearthing, or knowing exactly what they have and wanting to keep it away from the world. Because in this timeline, this thing is probably the most dangerous creature. But in Ultimisia's time, in her castle, there's obviously Omega, which is just a colour palette swap of this thing, and it doesn't have a sword. Yet it's always level 100 regardless of your level, and it's got the most powerful moves on the game. The rocks are resonating. It's a good build-up. I like it. And here we go. Ultima Weapon. Level 7. Cool thing about this is as well, if it gets too much, you can just pause it. So if you're ever having trouble, you're ever panicking, or you need to get some composure, quick pause, think about what you need to do, and then do it. And notice the battle speed gives you a lot longer to think about what you're doing. And we'll get Eden, and we'll get Ultima. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and stay alive. We're going to try and milk him. And depending on the damage he does will depend on how we respond. He's huge, look at him! I think he looks cool as well. He looks just... Oh, there we go. This hurts. A lot. Regardless of stats, I believe. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. When he wants to, he can really, really hurt you. But we're not going to use Squall to revive anymore, because he doesn't really have the items for it. We'll continue to draw from him. Bum, 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 bum. Cast Curaga on herself. Get those hit points up a little bit. See what he does. Gravigia. Interesting. That is the best gravity attack on the game outside of like a unique one. And they introduced Ja moves in future installments of the games. Final Fantasy X had Thundarja and Firarja and things, and only the most powerful of powerful creatures use them. Ooh. Should have probably got some better items for this. But the thing with him is, I don't think he can kill us all. I think he can only lower our life with gravity and then finish us off with single hit strong attacks. I think aside from that, he's got Quake, which might be powerful. And it is powerful, but not enough for us to really worry about it unless we're under 1,000 life. I just don't know if this guy's got one of those super big moves where like everything dies. I think he's got Meteor, which I don't have to tell you that Meteor can be very dangerous. Oh, and we're about to see how dangerous it is. It's not very dangerous, is the answer to that question. It's hilarious, actually, compared to our junctioning at this level. I don't know if that's because it was us, or maybe he's just kind of really weak at level 7. So it's the Pillar of Light and it's the Gravity. They're what you've really got to worry about so far. Not too bad. Just got to keep that composure. Here comes the physical hit. Wow. As I've mentioned, guys, we might not have the strongest team, because I'm being quite relaxed, but we're still really fucking strong, You can be significantly weaker than we are right now. And that's at base level, which just is a testament to how powerful junctioning is. I'm kind of paranoid at the moment, though, so I'm going to use Quistis to get a heal off, because I don't know what this guy's going to do. Like, I feel... Oh, no. Not draw. I feel like there's a big move we're not seeing that he's probably going to drop on us. I could be wrong. It's been so long since I fought this boss, and ever since I found out about Omega, this guy has always kind of been the weaker, funnier brother. It all became about the big brother then. So my memory of this dude is pretty shady, and judging by his attacks, I can understand why. It seems like an interesting fight. And I have lost this fight, guys, so if you're watching this and thinking, well, this is boring, or, you know, you said this were going to be something special and it's not, it's all relative to this move, I guess. But Gravity is a spell that can only do damage to you the higher your life is, so it's another one that's relative. And if he immediately follows that up with Quake, then it's dangerous. Which is, I think, what he's going to try and do. And if he does that, he will kill Squall. He might even kill Zell. All depends on their defense. So we'll see what he does. I know that Light, whatever it's called, the Light Pillar, is his move. It's the most powerful thing he does. Everything else is kind of vestigial. He did. So that's his technique. He tries to gravity you down and finish you with Quake. So a good tip for people here, guys. You'll notice I've not been using any elemental defense junctions or attack junctions. If you junction Earth or Quake itself to your elemental defense, that move will heal you, making this fight even easier than it is at this moment in time. Because every time he lowers you with Gravija, he'll heal you with the gravity, with the Earth attack. Sorry. So that's something worth noting. I just wish that Omega Weapon wasn't as much of a bitch to get to as he is, because I really dislike the way you spawn him and the way you initiate him. That is a bit of a joke, that move. I wasn't expecting it to be so bad. But it's a compliment to our party, I guess. Oh, he failed! What a bitch! Oh, here we go. And he hit Squall with it. Look at that. That is a special move. I don't think there's any way to dodge it. I literally think it's a kill move. Been a long time since I tested that kind of stuff though, so... Ooh, I think he's doing it to him again. Oh, did it to Zell. No. Haste on Quistis. So Squall can be the kind of the medic now. Medic and haste dispenser, because he's got max on ultimas, and we'll just repeat the process on the other two fellas. I just turned it down then, I didn't mean to. There we go. Thing with Curaga, I am junction to it, but I can always get it back, because it's one of the easiest things to refine. So I have no problems about using it, if you're curious. Because I guess it could be seen as wasteful. Interesting. Immediately with the gravity. But I do think it's a nice touch that they gave him the sword that the creature wielded in Final Fantasy VII, when I believe that this creature debuted. Because before him it was Atma weapon in 6, and then before that it was like a bunch of random monsters like Shinryu and what have you. I don't really think they'd quite birthed the full idea of having super bosses. The only problem is that super boss mentality worked really well in a DLC format, and it was so sad. Because features that once were in the game lovingly and enjoyed by all became features you had to buy, and because they made them that way, they kind of diluted them. So they weren't like this. They were go to that random arena place and kill a boss there, and it's not the same. Like Final Fantasy X had an arena filled with enemies that were ridiculously strong, but they weren't as fun as going through the dungeons and finding the big bad guys, and then going back through Spira and finding the Dark Aeons. And then once you kill the Dark Aeons, Penance rose from the Calm Lands, and then he was probably one of the most powerful bosses in Final Fantasy history until they made those douchey ones on 12, Yzmat and what have you. I do apologise, guys, if this is not the fight you were expecting. But I quite enjoy these kind of wars of attrition, because that's why I liked RPGs. I liked RPGs that make you think. Isn't he going to swing? Swing his sword? What is he doing? I waited then for quite a long time to see what he was up to, and he just chilled. Oh, this is killing me now. These Ultimas are draining. Give us 10, 12, 1. 1 Ultima! I said it in a ridiculous pitch. Fucking Jar Jar Binks. Bum, bum. Ooh, that's better. It's more like it. You keep swinging that big old sword. I like that attack. Do 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 do. 2. Really? That's how you repay me after hours of love and attention? Oh, come on, Zell. Play the game, son. And the game is draw a large amount of magic so that we can speed up the process of milking this big-titted monster. Here he comes again with a big swing. That sword is so big, you'd think he'd be able to swing for us all. There you go. A bit of regen. Bum, 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 bum. I'm not going to do it to Squall, because I need to control Squall's limit break, because that's how we're going to kill this guy. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, cha-cha-chum. Failed again. Light pillar. Who's he gonna kill? Can never find life on Squall, so I'm just gonna use Quistis because it's there. Ba-da-dum, ba-ba-bum. Bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-bum. Last couple of draws now, guys, and I'll start attacking him. Like, between those two, they've got enough for another 100 Ultimas. And I only really need it on 2 people, because Quistis is literally going to be the person who throws Megalixirs, or something of that nature. Phoenix Downs. You know, I don't really want it to be anything more glamorous. Ooh, Quistis is now full, which is a massive waste of the damn haste I just gave her. This is getting a bit predictable now. Clever though, because Squall is the best guy in my team. Versatility wise, anyway. Look at that, 9 dispels. Why can't I get 9 Ultimas? I'd love me some 9 Ultimas. I wonder if this concept's ever made it into an MMO. Because in an MMO it'd probably be one of the most addictive slash boring things. Just constantly having to bleed certain raid monsters or raid bosses or whatever the terminology is. I wish I could draw 4 people. Like, Zell, you suck so much dick at drawing, I'll draw for you, son. Thank you very much, father. Bum, ba, 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 bum. Excuse me. Please, just 11 and be done with. No more. 5 is not so bad. But I'm going to hit him with a Renzo. Because I'm getting impatient now. This should be a unique one too. It folds him over, it's great. Like, yeah! Sword fight this, son. Falls over like a bitch. I would wonder what was happening at that point. Like, these people have stood in front of me and robbed me of all my good stuff. They haven't even had the honour to smack me in the mouth. And then the first time we do, he takes a vicious blow. And he's going to take another vicious blow in a minute. Ooh, blasting zone. This might not apply to the rules of physics, but it still looks pretty cool. Splits the clouds after splitting, you know, thousands of gallons of water. He's doing alright though, he's not dead yet. He took 2 on him. More than I can say to most people we hit with that. Props where props are due. Zell is so slow compared to Squall and Quistis. This is painful. $11. 5 again, son. Not doing so bad. Bum 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 bum. Watch it. Light pillar on Zell. Just to piss me off. Quistis has got some speed. But then she does have speed plus, is it 20%? So it does make some sense. Oh, come on, Zell. Guy's not concentrating. The task at hand. Does he survive it? That is the question. Answers on a postcard. No. He does not survive. So he gets savagely gang milked, and then we lay a big turd on his face. Poor guy. All he was doing is sleeping at the bottom of the sea, not disturbing anybody. We wake him up, abuse him, and make him meet his maker. But yeah, ultimate weapon, and we got Eden, so I'm happy. We got a shit ton of Ultimas as well. I'm curious to see how many he's got. No experience because he's a boss. 100 Ultima Stones, so that's a full stack of Ultima anyway. An Eden card, and 100 AP. That is a lot of AP. That is pretty awesome. And there's our new summon. The best summon on the game, as far as animation goes. It takes about 40 hours, but pretty cool.